China is puzzled by the news from Russia. Despite close allied relations, Russia has decided not to use Chinese technology in the construction of a new high-speed railroad between Moscow and St. Petersburg. This has caused surprise in the Middle Kingdom. Chinese journalists note that the relations between the two countries have never been as close as they are now. Therefore, Russia's decision to build the HSL by its own forces, without involving China, seems strange to them. China suspects that Moscow wants to develop its own technologies and not rely entirely on Beijing. Plus, there are risks of falling under Western sanctions for cooperation with Russia, which is disadvantageous for both sides. Nevertheless, Russia does not intend to abandon cooperation with China in the technological sphere. It is important for both sides, so it will continue. It's just that the Kremlin wants to maintain a certain independence. There is a real gold rush in the world right now. Russia and its allies are actively buying up the precious metal. It is literally migrating from the west to the east. In recent weeks, gold prices have jumped sharply, reaching a record 70,000 euros per kilogram. The main buyers are the BRICS countries. This is due to sanctions against Russia and Moscow's desire to secure its reserves. After the blocking of assets in the West, many countries are losing confidence in the dollar and increasingly prefer reliable gold to store wealth. However, the precious metal is not a risk-free asset either. Its value can fall as it did in 2021 to 2022. Instability in financial markets fuels a frenzied demand for the yellow metal. Plus, many nations want to join BRICS in pursuit of a multipolar world. This complicates the West's sanctions pressure on Russia. Moscow has found a way around the restrictions, settlements in rubles. The US is trying to block transactions involving Russian companies, but more and more counterparties are switching to rubles to reduce risks. True, the risks remain, and Western officials say the workarounds will be constantly blocked. Despite the West's pessimistic forecasts, Russia has not only withstood the sanctions blow, but continues to grow steadily. In 2023, its GDP grew by 3.6%, compensating for the previous year's decline. And the Russian economy moved up to fifth place in the world in terms of volume. This was achieved thanks to the anti-crisis policy of the authorities, the adaptation of business, and the failure of attempts to isolate Moscow. Such interesting events are happening in the world. Thank you all who watched this video to the end. Put like, subscribe to the channel, and take care of yourself. Peace, kindness, and prosperity to all.